What is going on, y'all? Travis here, back with another episode of Criminal Minds. This is going to be Season 2, Episode 8. Let us get into it, shall we?
National News Network, how may I direct your call?
There's going to be an explosion this morning.
Oh, why?
A bomb.
I'm sorry, did you say a bomb, sir? Sir?
On a bus. In the city where it all began. Get my message out.
Where it all began.
What message?
That this is only the beginning. Until it is brought back under control, people will die.
That's why I don't be doing public transportation. But I know some people have to. I get it. I always wondered, like, why people call in the threat like that. Because, like, are you hoping that people stop you or figure it out?
Homeland Security just reported a bomb threat for an unspecified urban area.
I'll call you back.
They need a threat assessment ASAP.
I'm sorry, did you say a bomb, sir?
On a bus. In the city where it all began. Get my message out.
What
Hey,
message?
boo. Is that,
This is only the beginning.
like, the nickname for Seattle?
Until it
the
is
city
brought
where
back
it all
under
began?
control, people will die.
Virtually identical threats have been made to most of the coast-to-coast news networks in the country, just slightly different words.
He could have easily just called one network. This guy obviously wants attention.
One bomb has a finite impact. Make a bunch of phone calls, that magnifies my explosion 100 times.
Networks say the calls came from a restricted number.
You got a news organization to agree to a trap and trace.
Who could say no to me?
This is not likely Al-Qaeda. They don't call unless they bomb something.
Networks are going to keep this quiet until we've assessed the situation.
Well, it doesn't feel like a hoax.
Plus, he said, this is only the beginning. And he also said, until it is
Multiple
brought
ones,
back
I
under
guess,
control.
right?
He has to call back, and if this threat isn't followed by an event, no one will take any future calls seriously.
We're gonna tell the media to go ahead with the story?
Absolutely not.
Then what are we gonna do?
Unfortunately, all we can do is wait.
I mean, you can't panic the entire country, I guess. Oh, fuck. I mean,
Robespierre
the whole
wrote,
everybody?
crime butchers innocence to secure a pride, and innocence struggles with all its might against the attempts
Nobody
of
got out?
crime.
So Seattle's where it all began.
We just need to figure out what it is.
A personal cause bomber, it only needs to be of significance to him.
Agent Nick Casey, Seattle field office.
Have you identified the device?
It's like a small pipe bomb attached to an umbrella.
I'd like to take a look at those bomb fragments as soon as possible.
How many people were on the bus when the explosion went off?
25, including the driver. Explosion killed 2, the driver and a young male.
I mean, that's
Injured
not...
7.
Pipe bomb on a crowded city bus and only 2 people are killed?
They had a relatively small charge. The 2 dead were found closest to the bomb at the time of detonation.
You got a camera on
Sylvia
there?
Cohen found the umbrella on the floor at her feet. She said the young man volunteered to take it to the driver for her. She's pretty broken up about it.
Have you vetted and debriefed the rest of the passengers? Did you get their positions, where they were on the bus?
No.
JJ, maybe you could recontact the passengers and map their locations?
Yeah, you got it.
Nobody saw anyone leave the umbrella?
No. But the uniformist found what looks like a remote detonator on the corner over there.
You say remote?
Limited frequency remote.
Like a garage door opener?
It's awfully risky. Anyone on this bus route could have accidentally detonated the bomb just by pulling out of that garage.
He used a remote from the corner. Did he want to be close enough to see what happened, or did he need to be mechanically?
Those remotes are pretty limited. He probably needed to be.
And he might have been nervous.
Maybe that made him stand out.
Well, we do need a press conference, but it'll be about getting the sun sub to call us.
We're still trying to determine what happened. Since no one has claimed responsibility, we can't rule out some kind of mechanical failure. Supervisory Special Agent Gideon will be handling any future communication on this incident. Please contact SSA Gideon at the number appearing on your screen.
He's gonna be like, fuck
We will
that,
keep
it
you
was a
posted
bomb.
with the future.
He's gonna be like offended.
Do you think that was enough?
It'll definitely stress him that his message isn't getting out.
What if he doesn't call?
You guys match.
You know, Reed, the bomber could have bought this detonator at any old toy store. You take a remote control car, attach a detonator like this to the motor, touch the remote, boom. Instant 4th of July.
Cassandra Atkins, Cass, or Cassie Works too. Bomb tech.
A lot of names for
It's a really
one
nice
person.
reconstruction.
Explosive was limited and fragments were easy to locate.
Okay, so tell me what else you got here?
He used dried peas.
Dried peas.
He chose a shrapnel that wouldn't do too much damage outside of a limited range. What's he doing, trying to minimize his kills?
Also has a picture engraved on it.
It's a robot with an arrow through it.
Anti-robotics?
Doesn't the city center bus stop use smart buses? High-tech buses that use time sensors on the buses and the bus stops to give out arrival and departure time?
So he's anti-technology.
Maybe.
Be very unhappy with how shit is
Hey,
these days.
Dollface, ready to work some magic for me?
Challenge me, you beautiful behavioral analyst.
Domestic terrorist activity in the Seattle area.
Morgan, to challenge me. Pacific Northwest is like ripe with the disgruntled. You got animal rights, zoning laws.
Specifically anti-technology?
Like loony opposites. There's something. A month ago, Tacoma, Washington, a young guy went crazy on a bunch of computers, screaming, "We will soon be the slaves and the machines will be the masters." It would totally suck for me.
He's not wrong.
I'm surrounded in here.
Come on, what are you worried about? You got me to protect you.
Now that gets my blood up. I'm uploading the video to you now.
Good. What else you got, Garcia?
I also found an article last spring. Close to the school, an internet cafe was attacked. Someone created floppy disk bombs. No one was injured.
Who uses floppy disks anymore?
Agent Brain, that was the point of the attack. They left a note. Ultimately, you'll be as obsolete as your graveyard technology.
Is the note signed?
Freedom from Technology Brigade, a fringe group that's showing up lately.
Anything else in the note?
Yeah, there's a not very artistic drawing of kind of looks like a robot with an arrow through it. I'm uploading it to you now.
You know, Seattle's the birthplace of some of the most cutting-edge technology in the world.
Where it began. We're ready to give a profile.
Maybe you should move to North Dakota or
I believe the
something.
unsub resides in Seattle, and the timing and location indicate knowledge of the area. Even though he escalated to a lethal bombing today, we don't believe that that was necessarily his intention.
So we think fear may have been the larger motive.
We believe this guy to be a personal cause bomber.
And personal cause bombers are motivated by an underlying emotional conflict.
This unsub is male. He lives alone. He's possibly self-employed. He's highly organized.
We don't
He's
claim
meticulous,
him.
And he's very smart.
And he seems odd to those who know him. Prone to sudden violent rage. This is not the kind of guy whose neighbors will be surprised to find out what he's arrested for.
Targets appear to be technology, but the high-tech variety, the kind of technology we're surrounded by.
A city the size of Seattle, we're talking 10,000 possible targets.
Yeah. Agent Gideon, got a call on the tip line.
This Agent Gideon?
Why did you say no one took responsibility? We called them all the networks, before anything happened. They didn't tell anyone.
Well, the networks are incompetent. If you need to get your message out, I'm in a much better position to do that for you. You have a name, sir?
You're the FFT Brigade.
No, I mean you specifically. What can I call you?
FFT is a major organization. We have hundreds of members. You may call me Allegra.
Allegro?
So, Allegra, let's meet somewhere. We can talk about your message, try to help you.
If the networks won't get our message out, then it is up to you.
So call this number. They'll put you through to me immediately.
I won't need to call again. Be
So
here
you
when
want them
arrive.
to use technology
When I arrive.
to get the message out.
Allegra? Hello? Allegra?
You want them to use technology to get the message out that technology is bad. Right. So you might think that technology is actually good, right, Allegro? Or only when it's convenient for you.
You smell that? Same explosive.
Yeah, and same detonation device, too.
The gas station closed 15 minutes prior to the explosion.
You're
No
just
casualties,
blowing
an
shit up,
escalation
not
in the
trying
size
to
of the
hurt people.
explosion, and a decrease in the number of victims. We need to do a grid search as soon as possible.
What do I tell them we're looking for?
That his message would be here when we arrived.
About to blow up all those people?
Clear! It's a book.
It's his manifesto.
Bag it.
His manifesto's main demand is stop all automated machinery that's replaced American workers within a week.
If his demands aren't met, he says he'll detonate even larger bombs.
He calls himself Allegro.
Wait, what was that?
He told me to call him Allegro.
Of course. Yeah, it's a book, a novel. I read it as a kid. It's called Empty Planet. It's got it all. Technoids, minutions, all that stuff's in there. Robots that take over the world once they figure out how to reproduce with humans. The hero of the book is a 12-year-old boy named
Reproduce
Allegro who
with
builds an army and
humans.
fights for the humans.
Morgan, have Garcia get
Maybe
as much
he's the
information
author.
as possible on the author of Empty Planet.
Hansberry. Yeah.
Maybe he's the author of it.
But there was a passenger on the bus, Dr. Emery Cook. He's supposed to be some kind of computer genius, pioneer in artificial life.
He developed software that mirrors the human reproductive system.
So maybe Cook was the target and not the smart bus.
So that would definitely be imitating events from the book. Allegro only destroy robots, but they assassinate the scientists that are responsible for creating them.
Dr. Cook was sitting right in front of Sylvia Cohen.
And the umbrella was initially found underneath Dr. Cook's seat. Thank you for coming so quickly, Dr. Cook. People, particularly some religious fundamentalists, oppose the work you do. Do you receive any threatening letters or phone calls from anyone about your work?
I've managed to put to rest certain anxieties about the godlessness of artificial life, openly sharing my own personal beliefs. No scientific knowledge precludes the existence of God.
There are also those with very strong ethical concerns.
Revolve mainly around the manipulation of already existing life form. My work is on creating artificial life, which presents far less ethical dilemma.
Not for the man that put the bomb on the bus yesterday. He seems to be obsessed with a science fiction novel by David Hansberry called Empty Planet.
You familiar with the book?
I'm friends with the author.
Oh, so I guess it's not him.
The author used David Hansberry as a pseudonym.
Come on, Garcia. I know you got his name, so give it up.
Her name, you cute little chauvinist, is Ursula Kent, and she's a literature professor at Oh my, in Seattle, St. Denis University.
Where the floppy disk bombs were set. Oh, you are the light of my life, sweet lady.
Je suis toujours ici pour toi, mon cher.
Drives me crazy when you talk that voulez coucher stuff to me. Stop it. Au revoir, crazy girl.
Ursula Kent is a brilliant woman.
They're
She's a
vibe,
postmodernist
man.
literature
I'm into
professor.
it.
She's here? In Seattle?
Is that not what I just said?
Oh, you're kind of a dick.
Sir, this guy reads Empty Planet like it's prophecy. He's targeting what he considers threats to the survival of human beings. He finds you one of these threats, Dr. Cook.
I rather doubt that.
Do you think the fact that you were on that bus and you're friends with the author is a coincidence?
A cognitive scientist at MIT once said, coincidences seem to be the source for some of our greatest irrationalities.
Our minds see coincidences and seek out...
I understood him. I'd like to attach a protective detail for you, Dr. Cook, until we find the guy.
No, thank you. Do I seem like the sort who would want to be followed around all day by a government goon squad? I don't think so.
Okay, well, when you blow up, remember that they offered it to you, bub.
Goon squad.
Right.
Ever talk to someone who wants to continually show you he's smarter than you?
Every day.
I really hate that.
Garcia found the author of the book.
But
David Hansberry is just a pen name. The real name is
way
Ursula
Reed
Kent.
does
Professor
it,
of postmodern literature at St.
he's
Denis University
different.
with a floppy disk
He's
bombs or
not
something.
like that guy.
Anyway, JJ's contacted her. We can go see her
he's
anytime.
different.
I need to stop by a bookstore and get a copy of Empty Planet. I want to reread it before we talk to the author. Do you mind? It'll only take 10 minutes.
To buy it or read it?
Both, actually.
Like him or not, he's in danger.
6 minutes. Did you ever look at it? Well, all right. You ever look at an old car, like a way a car was designed, and you're like, who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
He used a compression detonator. Looks like it was under the seat.
I used to have
Once he
one of
sat
those
down, it
back in
armed. Detonated when he released the pressure by getting up.
We wanted to make sure nothing went wrong this time. Nobody moved the umbrella.
Hotch, Gideon just talked to this guy. Offered him security, but he refused. We were gonna set it up anyway.
I doubt it would have helped.
What do you mean?
Compression detonator. It had to have been set when he was with us, or it would have detonated when he arrived at the field office.
I'll get security to start running tapes of the lot for the last 2 hours.
Good.
Get in.
I'm glad no one but Dr. Cook was hurt.
Dr. Cook wasn't hurt. He was murdered.
Murder is not murder during war.
This isn't a war. You're living a novel. You're living a fiction.
Will you meet my demands?
Stopping all automation in a week, you know that's impossible.
And I want my manifesto printed in the Seattle Ledger by tonight.
New York Times, Washington Post. Somebody in Seattle important to you?
There's more work to be done. In fact, I'm going to visit an old acquaintance right now. I'd invite you, but you're all going to be very busy.
The last copy left.
Hutch.
Suspicious package was found at the waterworks. The report says it looks like a pipe bomb. We're on our way there now.
Concept says we're going to be busy.
Got it.
Looks like a pipe bomb at the waterworks.
You're gonna go there?
No, we'll still go see Professor Kent.
Hello, Ursula Kent.
Hi. Pleasure, Professor Kent. Jason Gideon, FBI. This is Dr. Reed.
Real pleasure to meet you. I'm a fan of your work.
We can speak in my office.
Lead the way.
Don't have a bomb in your office.
Your book has become a significant part of our investigation.
I can't imagine how, though.
Bomber sees it as some kind of prophetic work, stopping the proliferation of robotic technology.
That's absurd.
He's written a document like manifesto, and several sections of it are lifted directly from Empty Planet.
He's taken up what he believes to be your cause. He's killing people for the sake of it.
But Empty Planet is a fantasy.
Not to this man.
How could anyone think it's more than that?
It's impossible to predict how an unstable mind will interpret something.
And it's caused him to kill people?
Do you know Dr. Emery Cook?
Very well.
He spoke to your classes?
Yes.
Dr. Cook was murdered by the bomber an hour ago.
No.
Clear! It's safe now. Just another small charge. We're meant to scare than to harm.
Definitely the same unsub.
That's just a distraction.
Casey, we'll get there ASAP. There's another bomb at the post office. Let's go.
Professor, what is that?
Oh, this is something someone, a brilliant man, gave me a long time ago. Actually, it's part of the inspiration for Empty Planet. It's become a sort of talisman for me.
You wear it when you teach?
Sometimes, yes.
Guy's one of her students.
This has been etched on the bomber's devices.
Oh, my God.
Bomber's written a manifesto he wants published. He wants it published in the Seattle Ledger. He wants someone here to read it.
Have you ever had a student you think might be capable of doing something like this?
Someone who hates technology? I'm a postmodernist.
I need you to read this.
People are weird, bro.
Tell me if the writing seems at all familiar to you. We'll wait. Morgan.
Gideon, this guy's pissing me off right about now. This is the 4th location in the last
Don't make
50
Zaddy
minutes.
mad.
All of them
Don't
have
be
been very
making
small
Zaddy
bombs.
mad.
What kind of locations?
Waterworks, main post office, social security office, and now we're at the main branch of the library.
Nothing involving technology? Well, then what's the purpose?
Distract us? We're chasing this guy. We gotta do something to get ahead of him.
Professor Kent is reading the manifesto.
I hope she reads as fast as Reed.
No one reads as fast as Reed. This is syllabus for your class?
Her face.
Yes.
Is it the same every semester?
Mostly, maybe a book or project change.
You only have 2 guest lecturers listed.
Dr. Cook and Dr. Brazier. They're the only 2 I invite. They speak to every new class. Dr. Cook was an expert on artificial life. Dr. Brazier on
Artificial intelligence.
Dr. Brazier have an office on campus?
It's across town at Rolling Hills.
Morgan, I may have something.
Uh-oh. Don't get in your car.
Hey, Shelley.
Don't get in your car. No.
Then save me a seat.
No, you're not gonna get a seat.
Not rude. Fine. Then tell them a VIP is coming and you'll lose your job if you don't save the seat.
How long ago did her assistant say she left?
Minutes.
Yeah.
No.
I'm the VIP. Yes, I am. Just as long as I get a seat. I'm tired and I need a seat.
Listen to me. Do not touch the ignition. Put the car in park. Put the car in park. Don't touch the ignition.
Don't panic. I'm FBI.
FBI?
Dr. Brazier?
Yes, I'm Dr. Brazier.
It's her.
Girl, let me call you back.
Do not move.
Excuse me?
I need you to sit as still as you can, please. There. Doctor, listen carefully. You must sit as still you possibly can. You understand?
Why?
There is a bomb under your seat.
Could you fucking imagine? I would pee. I would be peeing all over. I would set it off because I would piss myself. A pee bomb. It'd be done.
You're gonna be just fine.
I pee on it. Will that detonate it?
Every device this
Will that
guy's made has been fairly
disengage
basic.
it?
Guessing this
We
is
don't
a
know.
simple lever action compression detonator. I'm gonna use this, put it between the latch and the seat bottom to press the latch. And I think we should be okay.
Should?
If there's mercury, we got problems.
Thanks, Hatch. Yeah, I'm right here.
So?
Bomb tech's just about ready.
Maybe we should get over there.
We'd just be in the way.
What about Morgan?
He hasn't changed his mind.
Morgan, I'm ordering you to step away from the car.
Archie, know I respect you. I'm not leaving her.
You should listen to your friends.
Don't do that. Don't you turn on me, Doc. I'm right here.
That's a good guy.
With you.
I would trust him.
Got it?
Those eyes.
My girl is using one of my hands. Now, Cassie, you might need the other one, so come on. Do what you gotta do. Let's do this.
Step back.
Thank you. I didn't recognize anything. It's just page after page of the ravings of a lunatic.
A young man I greatly respect is putting his life on the line because of that lunatic.
I'll look through it again.
Thank you.
You're gonna be just fine.
That was lucky.
Yeah, this time. Yeah, they're okay.
Pissed myself. Yeah.
You're blowing it up?
Best way to keep Dr. Brazier safe is by letting the bomber think he was successful in killing her. Neighbors will hear an explosion, be on the news.
You have a complicated life.
Complicated world.
I'm sorry I couldn't be more help.
Yeah, me too.
Give the manifesto a little more thought.
Go back over your student lists. Think about the males. Anything odd about them? Guy probably had a temper. Something maybe I haven't thought about for years.
I'll have my TA pull the files.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
Why didn't you ever write another book?
I guess it was the only story I needed to tell. I'll be working in my office most of the night. Don't hesitate to call.
Y'all go check her car, though. Her car probably has one. Something up with her or what?
I need you to pull the file and thesis paper of a student from last year. His name is Kenneth Roberts.
So you know?
Great, thanks.
Why wouldn't you say something?
Begins with the father's suicide.
Okay, we've got 5 crime scenes worth of new information to go through. So they force a change of the profile.
He course to throw us off the trail of Dr. Brazier.
Reed, what's that?
It's the subplot of the Empty Planet book.
Allegro kills his mother?
At the end, he discovers he's adopted and he's reunited with his birth mom. He thanks her for having the strength to give him a better life. Ironically, he realizes that she herself has become a robot. He kills her. He sacrifices the one person in the world he has a biological connection with for the greater good.
So we're talking about some geeky sci-fi book here.
His mother's incredibly proud of this final act, like it's the ultimate fulfillment of his destiny. Proof that she was right to have given him up in the first place.
If he kills her, how do you know she was proud?
It's told from her point of view. The whole book is. It's kind of like she's talking to the reader from heaven.
Mother's a narrator.
It's really her story.
The story she needed to tell.
And in order to fulfill the story, he's got to kill his mother.
Don't hate the book. Without this, I never would have known you at all.
Why the fuck would you guys not think that they would go after her? Isn't that fucking obvious? If he's going after the other people?
This? Did you kill Dr. Cook?
You read my manifesto.
Yes, I thought some things seemed familiar.
And I know why you wrote Empty Planet.
Kenneth, you've misunderstood.
I don't think so.
The book is a work of fiction.
book as a gift.
No, it's just a story.
Let me tell you a story, Professor. My mother died when I was 8. Several years ago, my father needed a blood transfusion, and I tried to donate only to discover he had nothing genetically in common. I had to. Before he died, he told me I was adopted.
This is not what you think.
I needed to find my mother. I was adopted in Youngstown, Ohio. And then I came across an article about Professor Ursula Kent. And do you know what that article said? You had given up a baby for adoption.
That is true, but that is not the whole story.
Wouldn't they have seen all this shit? This one seems a little out there.
When did you give up your baby for adoption? Wasn't it 26 years ago in Youngstown?
See, it's always Ohio.
Go. No.
It's always fucking Ohio. I'm just teasing.
Come on. For a year, I sat right there, and you never saw me. How could you not recognize me? And then I realized the only way to get you to see me was to live out the book. I did that, and now you see me, don't you?
Morgan, stairs, go around.
The baby I gave up, it was a girl.
Oh.
It was a daughter.
That's a lie! Why do you keep lying to me?
Not my son. I promise.
Stop it! I have a bomb.
You went through all this shit. Shit ain't even her.
Not to hurt anyone unintentionally.
That ain't even your mama.
We cannot leave you alone.
I'm okay.
Doesn't have to end this way. It does not have to. I don't even. How does it begin? I don't even know the story. Are you in the story on that go?
She's gonna jump in front of him.
Get an ambulance. Get him out of here.
Why?
He's just lost.
Just relax. You're gonna be all right. Open your eyes, Ursula. I want to see your eyes. There you go.
He just wants to know who he is.
I understand. Keep looking at me. You're gonna be all right. Just relax.
I'll be right back. Do not cheat.
She died?
JJ, a lot of science
Did
fiction.
she live?
Yeah, let me save you the time, Reed.
Okay.
I am never going to Comic-Con with you.
Ah!
Chin. Wait, you don't trust me? Come on.
Just make sure.
Fun beating a genius.
Genius Dr. Reed let you win.
Probably did.
I hear you were worried about me.
Excuse me?
The bomb at the garage under the car? A young man that I greatly admire and respect is putting his life on the line.
What you did with the bomb was stupid.
Gideon, I couldn't leave that lady out there by herself like that.
I didn't say you were wrong.
He just said you were stupid.
And what he said, I said. I said.
I knew that.
Hug each other. I love it. I fucking love me some Derek Morgan. That episode was pretty good. I'm just like, I'm frustrated as hell because I'm like, why the fuck would you people not have thought that he would come after her? Like that, like when they were leaving, I'm like, where the fuck are you going? You're just gonna leave her alone? I don't know, man. Like that's like I thought for sure. But hey, they're smarter than me, I guess. They got Spencer Reed. Spencer Reed's a genius. I'm not a genius. I'm pretty smart with some shit, but I'm not a genius, I guess. But I knew that one. I can't believe she took a bullet for his ass either. Man, that's pretty good though. Pretty good. I like this show. I dig it. And I'm starting to really love these characters even more. Some of the ones that I was a little cold towards, like Gideon, I'm warming up to him too. Let me know what y'all thought about this one. I'll see you on the next one.
Bye.